في دار شبلاق على المفرق.
اي هذول تبع ابن عمي.
في على المفرق دار شبلاق اظن.
جربت تروح على الصليب الاحمر؟
مش مشكلة.
والله رحنا على الصليب الاحمر بس قالوا ان شاء الله بنبعث لكم. إن الحين 15 يوم جاي من مصر من مستشفى معهد ناصر لحتى الان.
اشتري له شري له.
يعني معقول الصليب الاحمر بجيب؟
بتصور.
بالنسبة للحاجات هذه في جمعية في غزة بتجيبوا حاجة ثانية.
The picture for Athamna. My name Ilham Saad Athamna, 20 years old. Look, Muhammad Saad Athamna, 15 years old. Mahdi, 16. Arafat, 18. Another year, 3 brothers for me. Mahmoud, 10 years old. For son, my brother Amjad. And the son for my brother Majdi Saad, he is 9 years old. The 5 on student school. And Fatma Masoud as 17 years old. Science school. Look, my uncle Masoud, her brother Samir. His brother Samir, 22 years old. And look, he's married, Sabah.
His wife?
His wife. And look, Manal, he is 20 years old. He is wife promised. Look, and 2 baby. Look, Maisa, 6 months. Maram, 2 years. He is baby. And this time, the head, he is cut, and another the street.
They found the head of her.
Look, Arafat, he is cut a body. Don't help him this time. Don't help her brother, her son, her uncle, her brother, uncle. And this time, look. And Sana, her brother, my uncle, another.
Sana.
And Sana and Nihad, another Ni'ma, his wife, my uncle. My grandfather, Fatma, 77. Why?
Grandma.
Look, picture her woman. Look, 20 شهيد for his look, women, student, school, old women, old, his baby. Another, look, the street, he is body, shaheed. Meter on this time. Don't help him. Look at the house.
So my name is Jessica Montel. I'm Executive Director of B'Tselem. B'Tselem is the Israeli Information Center for Human Rights in the occupied territories. And we're an Israeli organization that is monitoring the facts on the ground regarding human rights in the occupied territories, and then conducting advocacy and public education, both with the international community and with the Israeli policymakers and public, in order to improve the human rights situation.
My name is Major Avital Leibovich. I'm the head of the Foreign Press Branch in the IDF Spokesperson Unit.
Now, on the wall, we writing, Shaheed. Now, look. The bank for Shaheed Muhammad. Look, the book for Shaheed Mahdi Muhammad Arafat Mahdi student book. Look. My house for my father and my mother. My father, he is charged for his body. He is medicine for Mahad Nasser in Egypt. And another one for my brother Abdul Muhayman. He is 20 years old. He is jail for he cut a leg for a body. He is the doctor. I don't help him. Look, now he is picture for the wood and the bed.
They are just pictures on the wall.
هي في صور فوق في البيت كمان لانه كله ضربه في البيت تبعنا باولادي.
Look, the freeze. The food we love bees. Why the Israelis killed them? Because why left the bees? We killed them. Why? Look, bicycle. My brother Muhammad, he is Shaheed now. Look, bank for Shaheed Arafat. On the last, he is the plant. On the last. Freedom. Welcome.
In November, the Israeli military conducted a fairly large military operation in Beit Hanoun. You had heavy casualties and a lot of destruction in the town. At the very end of this operation, an artillery shell in the middle of the night or very early in the morning landed on the Atamne house in Beit Hanoun. Altogether, 20 people were killed, most of them from the Atamne family, many of them children, people who were asleep in their beds when the shell struck.
I'd like, with your permission, a few words of an introduction, a bit about Beit Hanoun. For the past year or so, we have been tolerating, I would say, approximately 900 Qassam rockets at our cities and settlements and villages. 300 of them, namely 1/3, came from Beit Hanoun, in the vicinity of Beit Hanoun. And we went to an operation, a limited in time operation. It took us 6 days. For the purpose of trying to minimize the targeting of our villages, of our children, our women, our elderly, with those Qassam rockets, which caused a pretty big number in casualties and, of course, a few deaths, unfortunately. Now, that's the reason why we went to this operation. We ended the operation, I think it was 2 or 3 days later. The firing of the Qassam rockets did not stop. We even had days in which 10 or 15 rockets were launched at us. The next day after the operation ended, I think it was a Tuesday, we had some intelligence and operational information about a launching area. It was an open field. And we know that many times when we target pre-hand an area which we know, they're driving towards the area to launch, they just dismiss the whole issue and they don't shoot anymore. And this was the intention at this time. The battery that practiced the shelling did a practice beforehand, and it shot 23 shells in 2 stages. The first stage, I think it was 12 shells. They all landed in the right place, which is once again an open area. We don't shoot at houses and crowded places. And the second barrage, which was 11 shells, unfortunately 6 of them, as we know, 6 or 7, hit a building in Beit Hanoun where the casualties were.
On the room, my brother Jamal, he is died 2 years. Now all his family, Muhammad, he is 20 years old. Now he is cut arm, cut for body, 20 years old. His wife, another brother, another sister, he is on hospital. He is no for his father. Look, now don't help for him. No house, no clothes, no. It is any Don't think for that. Look, another house. His room for my brother Majdi. Look, Bob. 1, 2. 1, 2. In the house, here, Father Majdi, my brother, he is charged on the. He is charged, okay. And another wife, another his brother Fadi, another Saad. He is 9 years old. He is shaheed. All over the family, he is shaheed, jarih, okay. On the house, another house, another house. Don't think for that. Look on 5. The Israeli back to on Wednesday, okay? On 5:10 a.m. another day, the Israeli killed them. Another year, another. Look. For 7 days, the Israeli he is on the Beit Hanoun, okay? No food, no water, no anything, any life on this 7 days. Look, he is go back another 1 year. He is with them. Look.
Immediately we took engineer officers and specialists, because it's a special system that does the whole technology part on the target, where the target is. And we sent them immediately to the field to see what was going on. A major general held an inquiry inside the IDF regarding this matter. And after 3 days of investigating the matter, we had the results that it was a technical error in the system. We even had the people that actually built the system in the Israeli industries to come and try to investigate what went wrong with the system. And it was a technical failure. And we have expressed our regrets to those uninvolved that lost their lives, the families, of course. And no doubt it's a tragedy, and we did not mean to do it. But you have to keep in mind that if the squads of the launching of the Qassam rockets were not operating from the houses or near the neighborhoods, or not even targeting at all, we would not be in this place today.
Israel has said that it was an accident. It seems likely that I don't think that Israel was intentionally targeting a family while they were asleep. But even an accident cannot be so quickly forgotten about. When you are using weapons like artillery shells, which are known to be not accurate weapons, you're firing huge quantities of these weapons fairly close to civilian populations. It's fairly clear that eventually an accident like this is going to happen. And then even an accident like this, the IDF bears legal responsibility for it. If you know that eventually an accident is going to happen, then you're responsible if you don't stop doing what you're doing and causing that accident.
The Israeli take for the wall. Another, okay? The one. For people, all family, he is running out the street. Look. Another street, he is running the street. The Israeli killed them. For 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, okay? Bob, look. Another the street, for the street Shahid Mahdi. I am running for my mother.
My mother taught me look. Shahid Mahdi. I am running him. He is God for him. And log 1, 2, 3 for anybody. I don't help him. I think one Shahid. I am must be Shahid.
When you aim to a target, the way you do it is you put the coordinates, figures, inside the computerized system in the artillery, and then the artillery with the machine, with the computer, calculates the length to the same point, the same target. And the calculation here was actually a miscalculation, because instead of, I think it was 1,400 meters, the calculation was something like 450 meters. So there was a big diversion from the original target. So that was the essence of the technical error.
B'Tselem has called for a military police investigation. A military police investigation is the mechanism for criminal investigation within the Israeli military. That investigation has not been opened. In fact, I think there will be no implications. I mean, again, the IDF has apologized. It may be there would be some compensation granted to the family. There has been a field debriefing and also internal investigation. I mean, a general was appointed to conduct an investigation. He came to the conclusion, again, that it was an accident, some kind of technical computer error in terms of entering the coordinates or processing the coordinates. No one will be held accountable in this case. And that's the case with so many other Palestinian civilian deaths.
Look, on the house, people sleep. He is sleeping. Look, 1, 2, 1, 2, another. Can you speak that? On the last, you speak for Mahdi Muhammad Arafat now. Now he is dead. No speak for anything.
In the past year, in this statistical report that we put out, you see an improvement in terms of Israelis' right to life. I mean, the number of Israelis killed in this violence has gone down over the past year. I give you the exact figures. You have 17 Israelis killed, whether inside Israel or in the occupied territories, by Palestinians. That's a decrease, a fairly dramatic one from the previous year. In fact, the most alarming increase in attacks on Israelis is coming from these Qassam rockets. The Qassam rockets are taking a heavier toll. I mean, of course, everything is relative. You have far greater casualties among Palestinians than you do among Israelis, but an increase in Israelis killed as a result of these rockets fired into Israel. Most recently, over the past few months, you have 3 people killed in Sderot from these rockets fired from Gaza into Israeli towns. So it's 3 this year. You had another 2 children killed 2 years ago. Altogether, it's, I would have to get the exact statistic, but it's, I think, about 15 to 20 Israelis killed in southern Israel from Qassam rockets.
القولون والمصارين بالامعاء ومطلعين كذا. الله بده يخليه عمره 13 سنه. قال بديش اخذهم كلهم عنها لحسن تنجر. بخلي لها واحد.
كان خالص مثلا.
انا سافرت عليه بعد ما قلت ما شيعنا الجنازه وبدا جمع شويه. الحكي بقى مع ابوه كان مصاب وهو مصاب.
كيف صحته والله؟
الحمد لله هي
أبوي عشان معاه سكر وضغط ما لعبوش الشرايين الجسم.
هيدا ابن الثانيه. الحيوانات كلها ايش؟
See the whole wall here is pulled out.
شوف الشرايين والبقية حتى لو ظلت الناس في الدار حتتصلح. في الدار حتتصلح وتمتحن شيء يصلح. مع المطر نزل بعد الحادث.
لا
ايش على؟
My brother Amjad, he is sleeping and this
هذا
time
ابني.
his wife.
امجد اللي فقد ابنه محمود.
What there?
تفضل تفضل جوا في خليه يشوف.
His room, her sister, Israeli both them. His room for his son, Israeli.
طالع الصبح.
Clothes school.
أوائل الشهيد.
He took her mother clean his school. I go to school another day. The Israeli infected them, and now the clothes no anyone.
يغيظنا بدون أي ذنب نكترثه. لو كان واحد فيهم مقاوم لقلت لك إلهم حق اليهود. ما كان عندنا أي حدا لا بيقاوم وشيوخ نساء أطفال طلاب مدارس غير هيك ما كان عندنا وكل البيت ومرقوا عندي البيت وطلعوا عندي جندي فوق وقعدت أقطع في العجين واتكلم أنا وياه شيء عادي وأقول له يا رب يحل السلام بيننا وبينكم يا رب أمك ما تتحسر عليك ولا أنا أتحسر على أولادي وكنت بمنتهى الصدق معه. أخذوا على يعني وممكن الجيش الدفاع الإسرائيلي يحقق ويعرف هل أذنهم في مرتين مرقوا علينا مش مرة والثانية وبقينا معاهم جماعة مسالمين.
Your mom will never lose you and I will never lose my kids.
ونزلت قال لي انزلي قدامي ونزلت قدامه اخذ له طريق وخايف على نفسه بس انا عارفه انه عندي امان فيش عندي اي حدا اللي يضره ونزلت قدامه ونزلته وقال ما تطلعوش من الغرفه وسبت الفران مولع يحرق الخبز ونزلت تحت واخذت له الطريق واعطيته الامان وطلع. ما واحد منا لا غدر فيهم ولا ضربناهم ولا اخذنا ولا عملنا اي حركه بس الهم.
هذا الجزاء.
We are talking about a democratic country with a very developed law system, and the victims can choose a way to, I don't know, go to the law and try to ask for compensation, I guess. Whatever they feel they need to do. It's their choice, but we have democracy here. They will go to the court if they would feel like it or decide upon it, and the court will rule its say. And of course, we'll abide. But you know what? I really think that we are putting a focus here on just a very, very small part of the entire situation. And I don't know if you have visited in Sderot families that also lost their children. Not a foot, but they lost the lives of a child. There is a 17-year-old boy that was hit by a Qassam rocket approximately 3 weeks ago. He's still now in the hospital. Currently he's stable. but it was barely life and death situation when he was just reaching the hospital. So the situation is not a particular incident in Beit Hanoun.
Just yesterday, the High Court published its decision regarding a 12-year-old girl that was killed on the border between Gaza and Egypt in the Rafah area, Iman al-Hams, who was killed 3 years ago by Israeli soldiers. One soldier, the commander there, was put on trial for her death and was acquitted. The family has demanded a military police investigation into that, and for years the IDF resisted. Now the High Court has ordered a complete investigation, not only about this commander who was acquitted, but in general the open fire regulations, the rules of engagement in force in that area. And for years B'Tselem has been saying that soldiers understand the orders to be shoot to kill, that it's a death zone. I mean, this is the case surrounding all of the settlements in Gaza when there were settlements. It remains the case along the perimeter fence, the fence between Gaza and Israel, where we have so many cases of people killed just for approaching this area. And finally, the IDF says very clearly, the soldiers there say our orders are, at night, anyone coming close, you shoot to kill. For years, we go to the upper levels of the military. They say, no, 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 those aren't the orders. But what does it matter if the commander in Tel Aviv, you know, the head of the military, says those aren't the orders, if the soldier with the gun next to the Gaza fence understands that to be the orders? So it's a clear case where if we had investigated 3 years ago, understood why it was that soldiers were carrying out illegal orders, we could have prevented so many needless deaths since then.
هنا قاعد الجندي قاعد هنا حط راسه هنا على الارض حط راسه هنا ورجليه هنا الجندي الاسرائيلي وانا قاعده بخبز هنا انا لو بدي اغدر فيه او اشي مش كان حملت النار وعزقت عليه.
If I wanted to do anything
لو بعرف ايش بده يعمل فيه لعملتها.
If I knew what he will
لحملت الفران بحاله ودرته
I
عليه.
might have thrown the oven at him, but we were talking, you know, peacefully.
Look on the house, another house.
يلا استنى شوية.
إسرائيليان.
أنا فوق السطح.
احتلوا في قاعدة في مكان فيه.
خليك عندك.
The Israeli soldiers will stay in that apartment. Over 81 soldiers.
Which one?
That one over there with the blue windows.
بعدين دغري 5 أيام
أنا في بيتي في كل واحد شايف القذايف؟ في الحمام الشمسي حديد تبعه كيف انبعج بعج. كيف بني آدم؟ كيف بده يصير في بني آدم؟ غسيل أواعيهم من الشظايا كلهم قارن. كل أواعي كل أولادي كلهم. ولا شقفة ظلت على الحبال ولا في الدور ولا في الخصن ولا في حتى عربنا مين يدور؟ صدقني انه باقيين يجي يوزعوا ويعملوا في البلد كلها ميخذه. اولادي انا في مصر وجوزي في مصر. الحمد لله. اولادي مهمومين منيمين، اخوتهم اولادهم. مين يدور؟ الحمد لله على الله.
راح غالي ما بنبكيش
والله ما بنبكي حاجه الله خلقها ولا بدنا حاجه.
يعني بالله
بدي ربنا يحتسبهم شهداء عنده يا رب. ان شاء الله يا رب.
Over the course of 2006, Israeli security forces killed 660 Palestinians. Of these, 400, over 400 in the Gaza Strip. So Gaza is bearing the brunt of the violence, although we have very disturbing events also coming from the West Bank as well. And then what's important to note as well, of the 660, according to B'Tselem's research, 322 of those were not participating in the fighting. So although Israel characterizes most of the Palestinians killed as terrorists, even Ehud Olmert on 2 occasions characterized all of them as being terrorists. I mean, he said 400 terrorists were killed in Gaza over the past 6 months. In fact, it's 400 human beings, right? Some of them are terrorist armed gunmen. Over half of them civilians not taking part in the fighting at all. Of the 660 Palestinians killed, 141 of them are minors, children. So again, it's a large number, almost a quarter of the casualties are children.
خشت علينا الدبابة قبل ما يصير الحدث بيوم، خشت علينا من هان.
Okay, went the tank
خشت علينا من
came
هان
through here,
وثاني يوم قصفونا.
and the next day they bombarded the house.
اجت من هان الدبابات من هان هيك وقصفوا السيارة خشوا علينا فيها.
To enter to real peace process of the Middle East, because the first one which we able to make the peace process, Israeli government, to stop the killing of the 2 peoples. This is my message to the Israeli people before his government. I knowing because I lost my family either of the other sides, but the main process and this peace process is not coming only over hard pressure over your government to stop the killing of the 2 sides, because no one is able to see Palestinian people of the prison, killing of the houses, destroy cities. Stop, enough and enough. This is my message to you, to enter this message to your people, because arriving to fire step, yani end point. No one like to see this problem. Are you think that I am happy to see my children, my family died through? Well, why? All the people here was sleeping without any things. Israel killing him. Why? I said to you, why? Either if you make enter to peace process, we are right. We, the 2 people, the 2 sides is living quiet without any problem. But not us, the Palestinian people, is able to make your government and your people is able to say to all Mart, stop, enough. Supposed to be quiet with peace process. This is my message to you. Thank you very much.
شكرا.
حبيبي.
There's 2 things going on, or 2 frameworks to understand the situation, interrelated but also independent. One is that Israel maintains a military occupation of these territories. The West Bank, that situation is clear, that Israel is the military occupier of the West Bank since 1967. Even Gaza, where Israel pulled out troops and settlers, Israel maintains control over very many spheres of life in Gaza, and there are also legal obligations that come with that control. So one framework for understanding what's going on is military occupation, and that's a legal framework. And then the other framework is the armed conflict. I mean, what Israel describes everything taking place as a situation of armed conflict. It's clear in Gaza that we are also talking about an armed conflict. An armed conflict also comes with rules. It's not the case that war is sort of a no-holes-barred situation anymore. You now have international treaties that all or most states in the world have agreed to enforce. So from a legal perspective, those are the two frameworks that help to understand Israel's policies in the occupied territories, one of military occupation, the other of armed conflict.
هذا مصاب من المجزرة وهذا مصاب من المجزرة.
You see, children.
Killing children. تعال هون عشان. These 3 people were injured in the massacre.
هذا عبد الله أمه وخواته الثنتين استشهدوا. سيده وسته
وعمته
وعمه يعني 9 شهداء. الطفل عبد الله له 9 شهداء و9 مصابين. فقط 9 شهداء.
He lost 9 people. He lost his leg. He was injured in his back.
رجله من هنا برضه ورجله من هنا. يعني شظايا كلها يمكن في رجله لحالها 3 شظايا خلعوا منها. ممكن اني انا احكي بس كلمه ليش للمجتمع كله. انا الحمد لله مستورين، الحمد لله لا محتاجين فلوس ولا محتاجين اي شيء. احنا بدنا من الرؤساء الكبار انهم يطلعوا في الاطفال يسافروهم على بلاد برا، على امريكا ولا على تركيا، حتى يقدر يعني الطفل هذا انه يوم العيد طلعته برا في الشارع صار يبكي يقول لي يابا انا بقدرش العب عشان رجلي، بركته في البيت. انا بطالب انه يعني يعملوا له طرف صناعي اللي يقدر يمشي ويتعالج ويصير يلعب زيه زي هالاطفال. بالنسبه لابن عمي هيو يعني حالته سابق ثاني، والي اخو مرت اخوي استشهد برضه رجله مثل عبد الله بالضبط، هي موجوده تقدروا تشوفوها. يعني احنا بس بنطالب من المجتمع الامريكي والاجنبي والدنيا كلها تساعدنا يعني انه نركب طرف صناعي لهالطفل اللي يقدر يمشي ويصير يلعب زي هالاطفال. وشكرا وبارك الله فيك. يعني ايش ذنبه هذا اللي يصير فيه هيك؟ معي فقط 9 شهداء. انا حاليا بقدرش يعني صحيح يعني هاي قدام الراجل رحت جبته من البيت المستاجر وانا بقدرش ابيته. هاي بيته اول يوم وثاني يوم وثالث يوم صار يصحى في الليل يصير يصوت اصوات، يتخيل ابوه قدامه واهله والشهداء. يعني بقدرش يتحمل بالمره اطلاقا. يعني هو واختي الي واخت معاقه كمان عمرها 18 سنه، فبيجي متاجرين بيت في بيت حنون برضه بس بعيد شويه. كل يوم الصبح بس ايش بنجيبهم هنا 2 3 ساعات وبنرجعهم. اسمي رامز مسعود عبد الله العثامني. انا فقد 9 شهداء 9 اصابات، من ضمنهم ابني واخوي ومرت اخوي اللي بدهم اطراف صناعيه. اسم ابني عبد الله رامز مسعود عبد الله العثامني.
شكرا.
الحمد لله على كل شيء. الحمد لله.
حبيبي بدك تحكي شيء؟ ايش اسمك؟
عبد الله.
عبد الله ايش؟
عبد الله رمز العثامني.
عبد الله رمز العثامني. ايش اللي صار؟
احكي له ايش اللي صار من حديث ما بقيت انت نايم.
اول اشي القذيفة الاولى من الساعة 6 الصبح، القذيفة الاولى خبطت هناك بيننا وبين ذا عمي، واحنا نزلنا على صوتها اتكورنا كلنا هناك. ضربت القذيفة الثانية قطعتنا كلنا. ضربت القذيفة الثانية أنا صوبت هناك وأمي خواتي 2 استشهدوا هناك.
Me and my father. My two sisters died.
باباهم هيك باباهم انقطع راسها
اوكي حبيبي. طيب انت هلا اذا فيك تحكي مع رؤساء الدول ومع العالم برضه ايش بتطلب منهم؟
ايش بتطلب انت؟
انهم يودونا على بلاد بابا يركبوا لي رجل واصير امشي زي الاولاد.
حبيبي ايش اسمك؟
عبد المهيمن سعد عبد الله العثامي.
طيب حبيبي فيك تحكي لنا ايش اللي صار وايش حابب تحكي للعالم؟
هذا احنا الحين نايمين الساعة 5 الصبح. أول قذيفة أجت بينه وبين در عم مسعود. الحين صرنا ننزل لأنه الغاز تبع أول قذيفة خنقنا في الدار شردنا. الحين نزلنا في الشارع الحين تجمعنا احنا ودار عمي وصاروا مش عارفين احنا بدنا نلف على دار عمي بنفكر في الخبط في دار عمي وهم يفكروا الخبط فينا. فتجمعنا في الشارع خبطونا كمان قذيفة وبعدين انا اتصوبت واتبطحت انا واخوتي وولاد عمي بس متصوبين في الشارع. ما قدروش الناس يسعفونا ظلينا ننزف يعني هذا. وصار القذائف اللي فيه الروح يجي يعاود يرد فيه يرتد عليه الشظايا الصواب يعني يخلص بالمرة يستشهد بالمرة.
ماشي حبيبي ايش بتحكي للعالم؟ ايش بتحكي
يساعدونا يشوفوا احنا الوضع اللي فيه. يعني في عنا دين مقطعين رجلين يساعدوهم وفي عنا مصابين وتطلع احنا الدور عنا مكسرة ومهدم. ايش احكي اكثر من هيك؟
خلاص؟
أنا اسمي الصخر وسام العثامي. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. احنا يوم الحدث بقينا نايمين بقيناش دارين ولا في حاجة. نايمين بقوا عنا هنا مشتاحين وطالعين يعني بقينا برضه خايفين منهم. بقى عنا هنا ورا الدار هنا جرف وتجريف وطخ وقتل وهنا وين ما يروحوا هنا بقوا عنا بالدار. ثاني يوم اجوا يعني الصبح الساعة 5 الصبح اللي بيروح بيصلي قمنا نصلي ورحنا نتوظف اللي عنا في المطبخ. ما صارت أول قذيفة شلتنا فوق بعض هيك يعني مع القذيف الواحد بتلاقيه بيطير من مكانه مع حمل قذيفة. بقول لك خنقتنا من الدخنة شردنا من الدور. صرنا كنا وين ننزل في الشوارع عشان سبت نشرد لأن بقناش عارفين ايش ولا مش عارفينها قذايف. فكرنا قنبلة طلق حاجة أبصر قوي صوتها. كلنا 3 دور مشتركات في بعض زيك مرتبطات 3 دور يعني مش معروف. اللي في داره الضرب مش عارفها فين. احنا نسأل فيه وين هي هم يقولوا لنا فيكم احنا نقول لهم فيه يعني فينا كلنا بنحسب فيهم ولا فينا. نزلنا نمشي في الشارع انا وامي واخويا الي واخويا وخواتي التنتين اللي كمان خوات تنتين. طلعنا فين في الشارع وقعدنا نجري في الشارع انا وامي بقينا طالعين. الحين انا وامي قلت لها يلا نشرد شردنا زيق الحيط عند جيراننا غاد في الشارع. الحين واحنا شاردين شافوا عاد بتلاقيه عنده تلفزيون ابن الحرام قاعدين احنا غادي بدنا نشرد لسه في الطريق خبطنا قذيفة خبطها جنبنا طرنا مع القذيفة.
Right next to us, basically this guy is watching us by a monitor or something.
أمي طارت لك مع القذيفة زي هيك وظلت مرمية وطرت جنب هنا وظلت مرمي وظلينا هنا. وأنا يعني قبل ما نشرد في الشارع جيت هنا صرت أطلع هنا وأقلب مين اللي متصاب مين المستشهد مين عرفتهم كلهم. أنا قلت يلا نشرد إحنا ومستشهد الله يرحمهم عالسبت نروح نجيب لهم إسعافات نسعف. نسعف لو هنا النادي حدا عنده مين يسعفهم، لأنه فيش ولا إسعاف بقت عنا. يعني من أول دب لأجل الإسعافات من أول مرة كان الحين كلهم عايشين، بس الإسعافات بقوا خايفين من الدبك والخوف وموت يعني طلعت أمي استشهدت قدامه وستي وعمتي. يعني الحين تخيل خواتي وأخوتي قاعدين في الدار من دون أمي، وأختي قاعدة بتصيح بدها أمي ومن دون أمي. الحين قاعد الدار منهاش خاطر الواحد يقعد فيها من دون أمي ولا حاجة. يعني بدون الأم ملاش طعم الدار بالمرة. يعني أم أكثر حاجة بقت حنون، يعني بقت تلبس خواتي. الحين خواتي خواتي باقي مبسوطات، باقي كل عيد زي مر علينا زي هيك تلبسن وينبسطن ويشتري لنا رواعي كل شيء ينبسطن. الحين خواتي بتلاقيهم بيطلع في الشارع بشوفن بشردن عشان ايش؟ بشرب بصير صيحة سبت أمي مش عندها خايفات. بنطالب احنا من جيش الاحتلال يوقف اطلاق النار ويصير سلام ان شاء الله، ونعيش حياتنا كويسه ويصير فيش ضرب ولا حاجه، ونشفي الجرحى وكل حاجه. يعني نطلب من الله يشفي الجرحى وكل حاجه ونطلع. يعني هاي الجهاز اللي فيه هذا بدي اقعد فيه يجلس 4 شهور 5 شهور. امبارح بقعد فيه في اسرائيل بقولوا ابصر من ال4 شهور. يعني عندي مش بس هيك، يعني هي كمان هنا في الصابة، وهي كمان تحت الصابة هيها، وفي ظهري فيه كمان، وفي هي في راس من هنا برضو استشهد عنا من الدار أمي وعمتي وستي الله يرحمهن. عمتي برضو هي ساكنة هنا بس بقت معانا حين ما استشهدت. يعني بقينا كلنا مع بعض هيك شادين مسكين زي ما تقول مش بعدين. يعني طلع في ستي القذيفة أخذتها من حد تقول بتقيس بالمقاس القذيفة، قطعت رجليها من هنا سبحان الله وقفن شوية رجليها تحرك نصابيحها، ستي قاعدة تتشاهد واستشهدت الله يرحمها دغري. وعمتي حين الحدث استشهدت دغري.
بدهم يجوا عليك ويشوفوك.
وعمتي كهي عمتي هي في الدار كمان.
فكرت طويل شوي.
طويلة؟
مرحبا. كيف؟
قصر
عارف؟
ايش هذا فيه؟
إسرائيلي
تدفع مصاري؟ 40 شيكل ولا حاجة؟
شيء رمزي بس شيء رمزي هيك يعني.
لا تسوي لك هذيك تبعك.
عرفت وين بيته؟
أول حاجة
حكى أي وقت نيجي ولا؟
قلت له بعد نص ساعة بطلع. قال لما اتصلوا أنت في المنطقة هذيك بس رن لي أنا بأشرك ولا بكون في أي بيت برامج. بس تقريبا في اللي هو المحيط اللي هو فيه
عرفته.
ترى يا عم البارح عصاير ومش قايل لي.
في دار شبلاق على المفرق.
اي هذول تبع ابن عمي.
في على المفرق دار شبلاق اظن.
جربت تروح على الصليب الاحمر؟
ماشي مشكلة.
والله رحنا على الصليب الاحمر بس قالوا ان شاء الله بنبعث لكم. لنا الحين 15 يوم جاي من مصر من مستشفى معهد ناصر لحتى الان.
اشتري له شري له.
يعني معقول الصليب الاحمر بجيب؟
بتصور.
بالنسبة للحاجات هذه في جمعية في غزة بتجيبوا حاجات ثانية.
He is caught and another the street.
They found the head of her.
Look, Arafat, he is caught a body. Don't help him this time. Don't help her brother, her son, her uncle, her brother, uncle. And this time, look. And Sana, her brother, my uncle, another.
Sana.
And Sana and Nihad, another Ni'ma, his wife, my uncle, my grandfather, Fatma, 77. Why? Look, picture her woman. Look, 20 شهيد for his عتمنا. Look, women, student, school, old women, old, his baby. Another, look, the street, he is body, شهيد. ميت. The picture for Atamna. My name Ilham Saad Atamna, 20 years old. Look, Muhammad Saad Atamna, 15 years old. Mahdi, 16. Arafat, 18. Another year, 3 brothers for me. Mahmoud, 10 years old. For son, my brother Amjad. And the son for my brother Majdi Saad, he is 9 years old. The 5 on student school. And Fatma Masoud as 17 years old. Science school. Look, my uncle Masoud, her brother Samir, His brother Samir, 22 years old. And look, he's married, Sabah.
His wife?
His wife. And look, Manal, he is 20 years old. He is wife promised. Look, and 2 baby. Look, Maisa, 6 months. Maram, 2 years. He is baby. And this time,